Wagwan fams. First episode of the Talking Bollocks podcast. We're here with obviously quite a few of the best European COD players. I'm obviously not one of the best European COD players after one of my losses tonight in the UK national circuit. It's looking pretty slow at the minute. We've got Rated obviously from Red, we've got Trey Zero from Red, we've got Reedy from Epsilon, and eSports Josh, who has just been announced as Splice's newest player. What a shock, everyone was really shocked with that one. But obviously this is going to be like a new show that I'm planning on doing like throughout the weeks of the CWL, and I've got other things planned, but it's going to be myself, and it's going to be mainly Tunny. Obviously there's going to be more people going away to the CWL and whatnot, so there's going to be less guests to get on here and stuff, so it's going to be mainly me and Tunny getting a couple of people on and just talking about things like the weekly CWL matches, etc. But yeah guys, thanks a lot for those who've tuned in. Obviously we're getting a lot of support throughout all Twitter and stream chats and whatnot, so thanks for that. And yeah, so here we go. How is it going, guys?
I'm good, yeah.
It's
Team's
buzzing,
good
mate.
too,
It's
because Matty's not committed.
Mate, you're committed, yeah, you hate to hear that.
Yeah,
No, you actually hate to hear that. But it was out for Nando's.
Yeah, first of all, B-Sport comes in, got no webcam, so he's immediately looking shitty from the get-go. And then obviously I'm sitting there waiting to start up the stream, and B-Sport's sitting there on a CTF London docks. I'm absolutely fuming. But yeah, it's all good. Obviously, eventually we've got things started. But first of all, I wanted to talk about obviously all the changes that have just happened. There was a lot. All these changes have been in the sort of background for quite some time. You've been waiting for all these team changes to be announced. Obviously, everything was rumoured. Most of it was true. Like everyone sort of knew what was going to happen, but obviously now you've got Josh being announced on Splice, Scraps now in Red, and obviously Unilad still to be announced. But I mean, you can all kind of figure out who it is if you just use some common sense. But yeah, what do you guys think on the new rosters? Let's go through all the teams. What do you think? Red, obviously they've lost Josh. Obviously you two of you guys are in Red. You're no longer team with Josh. What do you think the Scraps brings to the team? I'm not even talking about what you've lost from Josh. I'm saying what does Scraps bring to the team? Whoever wants to.
Well, I mean, the roster changes like come in just for the pure fact of like I needed someone to help me slay, and sometimes we had like would have like Josh sometimes going off and Joe sometimes going off, and then like. But then when they didn't, it was like we had to like world start to win the hard points and respawn and stuff like that. Which, yeah, it was either Joe or Josh, and then Reese and Joe have been together for ages. So Scraps coming in helps me slay a lot, and it means that I can have like a very average game, and then Scraps is there to pick up the pieces. So helps that a lot in the slaying region of Hardpoint.
Yeah, it makes sense. Obviously, Matty's been gassing for quite a while. There was a lot of gas on Twitter for that couple of weeks before it eventually got announced. So. Obviously it was going to be out of like Splice or Red who he was going to join, but ended up being you guys for rumours are it was some crazy figure. Like can you tell us anything about that?
I have no idea if I'm allowed to say, so I'm not going to say just in case I'm not allowed to say.
I mean,
Matt said it in an interview with Tony, I'm pretty sure. Matt's already said it.
No, he didn't say the actual number. I don't know if I'm allowed, so I'm not going to say it, but it was a shit ton of money.
Okay.
Let's just say it's called the White Neymar.
Yeah.
there
it is.
That's his nickname.
Just touching on what Trey said, I think we were obviously one of the better teams in the game even with Josh, and I think we still would have been one of the best teams in the games if we kept Josh. It was just about how inconsistent we were in respawns. So we were just trying to get more consistent in respawns, and hopefully that's what Matty brings to us.
Makes sense. I was hoping for a call, but obviously there was my mail must have got lost in the post. Do you know what I mean? My invitation to the squad. But anyway, Splice Josh just got announced today. Obviously, I scrimmed against you yesterday, and I was trying to call you Watson the whole time. Ended up slipping out a few times. It was B-Sport, but obviously it's been in the.
Good for you, bro.
What an account, by the way, Joe.
Yeah.
I the rank play back in the I think I played with you. I don't even know.
I'm fuming, by the way. I made Josh an account when he was scrimming against someone else, and he didn't even use it. I made an account called Splice's New Fourth, and he didn't even use it. And I was sitting there trying to call it Watson the full series. Absolute nightmare. But obviously, everyone knew it was gonna happen. Like everyone in my stream chat was like, "Oh, is it really Watson?" But there was actually people in my chat that thought that it was Watson, but obviously
there was
not.
a Reddit post on it as well.
Yeah, there was a Reddit post, and there was a lot of people that thought it could be Watson. But the vast majority of people were like, nah, it's Josh. But yeah, Josh, you've obviously joined Splice now. You left them for Epsilon a year ago. So let's talk about that. Let's talk about that. Why did that happen? Why did you originally leave Splice to join Epsilon, and why have you now choose to rejoin with the same squad?
I mean, I was kind of living in a fantasy world back then. I don't know what I've said or said. It's like it's one of probably the biggest regret. Like, I mean, I say that, but at the same time, if I didn't leave, then I would never have made the red team, and I think the red team for the start of this game would always have been better. But like, leaving back then to join that FC team is obviously good, but then obviously Splice were a lot more successful, and that was obviously fucking annoying to watch for me.
Yeah.
That's why everyone's always said you live and you learn. Like, I'd never make the same mistake again. Like, I had the Splice team planned for the start of IW for so long. Like, we had that planned like halfway through Black Ops 3, and then when it kind of finally come to it, I just fucking just didn't go ahead with it for whatever reason, and my head wasn't in the right place. But then obviously ended up leaving and then getting into it. So.
Yeah, I mean the episode decision didn't exactly like go bad for you though. Like you got like top 3, you won in a couple of EU events. Like didn't go terribly. Obviously, at the end of the day, you regret it because of what happened at Champs more than likely. But I guess so. But obviously, it didn't work out that bad. Now you're back in Splice. How's everything going back in Splice? Is it like are you sort of coming back in? Does it feel like you're rejoining the same squad you left?
I mean, I think it kind of reminds me of Black Ops 3, like a team we've read like throughout this game, and know like we was 100% the smartest team in Europe, and one even in the world when it comes to playing the game. And now I'm taking everything I know from that to a different team with 3 people who can kill just as well, and they've got their own knowledge. So it's like that's exactly what I done on Black Ops 3. I was team with fucking hell.
Billy and Steve.
When you snake
Yeah,
me,
Billy and Steve,
Nice
and then
snake
took the
me.
knowledge, got Reese and Joe in, and like just combined the knowledge what we had, and fucking just was so far ahead of everyone when it comes to playing the game. So we're kind of using the same, hoping it's the same way, like taking everything I knew from Red, because like it's not in no doubt, and I think everyone knows we knew the game better than everyone in Europe, and like I said, most even sometimes like throughout the whole like game, like in the world. So hopefully it just comes down to them like trusting me and whatnot, and I think that's a bit different as well now. Like whereas when in Red, there's like everyone was more vocal, whereas now like obviously these have their own way of talking, like way of playing the game, but they've actually listened to a shitload and like how and just little things when it comes to playing the game. So I've put that in, and then obviously it's just going to come down to getting the kills and whatnot.
Yeah, I mean, Reedy,
What?
moving on to you, mate. You've not made any changes, but how's your team going? Let's just talk
Yeah,
about your
we're
team.
really,
Obviously, you
really
couldn't
good.
make a change. You beat us in the relegation tournament.
Yeah, that was easy as well, by the way.
Yeah, it probably was, mate. We were absolutely terrible, so it probably was pretty easy. We won a map though.
Yeah, you did win a map.
won a
Yeah,
map.
the team's looking really good, man. I can see us winning stage 2. Other than that, man, it's like great times all around in the EPSI camp. Good vibes.
I have a feeling you're being a bit sarcastic here, mate. Are you being sarcastic at all?
Yeah, I'm being very sarcastic with fucking shit.
Ah,
That is just.
have you been grinding to improve or?
No, we haven't been grinding to improve.
Your
It's a bit-
team is so annoying, bro. I said this before.
I mean, if
So
you
just-
want
Like,
We were saying the other day, they just don't care anymore.
Yeah,
I think they've just
like,
already give up. We're
literally,
already halfway
I-
through the year and they've literally given up.
Dave, like I said this year, Dave on IW was literally the best player in Europe apart from when Trey had his spell, and even the best player in the world. He literally hard carried at events, and then like all he done was like he didn't have nothing really distracting him. Like they went through a stage where like personal things and there's nothing was distracting him. He was just card and every now and then just doing his things. He was going out, but now it seems like it's a lot different. He's like he's obviously he cares, but he's expecting it on a plate, whereas that's why it shouldn't be.
Like
Yeah.
it's weird, isn't it? Like I'm not like dropping anyone in it, but like the team can be just 10 times better than we already are if we just put in more time. Like everyone's at fault. Like the only person I'll say like is probably like I'm at fault like for the past 2 weeks, and my girlfriend's been here as well. So like I've not been that dedicated. But then like leading up to this, it all stemmed down to like hard to explain. Like if I'm putting in so much effort and other people ain't putting in the same effort, it gets annoying at times. But other than that, like the talent's there. It's just whether if we can just put it down to time and stuff, I guess. Like, but we're just fucking shit at the minute.
I said
Hopefully
so.
we spin it
Dave was the
round.
best. Dave was literally the best last year.
I mean, Scrims today
Dave was the
went
best.
well.
Dave was the best. Steve, like, disregarding it being European, we got MVP at an EU event, like, and then even Anaheim, he played fucking unreal. I said, like, if we done better at Anaheim, like when we finished third, like if we won the event, he probably potentially could have got MVP because he was playing on Real Den as well. Like, obviously, he's not he's always gonna fucking play, but you just need everyone else on the same page.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
Weird.
obviously, he showed like glimpses of like Dave. You've seen some maps like where you've seen like Dave just go off.
But it was
Like,
a series last year. That's the
Yeah,
thing.
yeah, that's what I mean. It
Yeah.
was series,
You
and
only
obviously,
see maps. You can handpick a select few maps where you've
Yeah.
seen it this
yeah,
year.
yeah, yeah.
Whereas last year I had series where I'll just sit there and just be like,
It's,
"Do you go win mid?
it's,
Go mid
it's
in series."
with your team, really, it's more of like they've just had a shit year so far. Like before when they picked up Josh, they had like whether they win that.
Mate, they were still doing
what-
shit last year. Josh literally, like, I don't hope they get offended by this. Josh literally saved a couple man's careers last year. I'm pretty sure everyone feels the same way about it. Like, the only time they've literally deserved something was on Black Ops 3 because they literally did not get the fuck off that
They were shit
game.
all year then, though. Like,
Yeah, no,
they
yeah,
did well
No,
at
but
champs.
the
Yeah.
second part of the year they were good. Like, I
So
mean, they
well,
were
they didn't qualify for EU playoffs.
I mean,
Yeah.
they were. Oh yeah. I
Lost the
guess.
supremacy. They didn't
Oh.
make EU playoffs, and then like they did well at champs, which like obviously makes up for fucking everything. But
It's the last event of the year, so
Yeah,
that's
that's
everyone remembers.
yeah,
Like the
Besides
Gfinity event, they
champs on
come
Black
top
Ops
8.
2. Yeah, that's what I
Gfinity
mean.
event, we like then they come top 8. They wasn't even going to attend it. Like,
I mean, like, but on Black Ops 3, I don't think they did that well. Besides champs, and obviously, if you do well at champs, everything else is pretty much figure.
I literally can't talk about Black Ops 3.
Yeah, Trey shit the bed at the biggest event. Bless him.
Excuse me?
Nah, Trey didn't shit. Nah, Trey didn't shit the bed.
He
Nah,
lost
nah,
the
Mark's like,
TK.
oh,
You lost the
fuck.
TK, man. I don't want to.
Yeah, I know,
we
I
weren't even
know.
calling out in that series, and we 3-0'd them.
I don't know what happened, man.
Yeah,
Jay, I
yeah.
could put
Then
Jay,
we
could.
ended up against Optic them phase. It was class.
Yeah, that's happened to be 2 champs. You know, I've literally lost a game in groups that I shouldn't have lost. It happened at Ghost Champs where we lost a game we shouldn't have lost against Mud Dog squad, and then we played Complexity round 1, and then it was, obviously Optic didn't go on to win the event. In fact, no, we played FaZe. Obviously, FaZe didn't go on to win the event, but like we made it more difficult for ourselves, and that was sort of the story really, and then didn't show up really, but. I mean, that was a long time ago, man. That was definitely a long time ago.
Oh, we could talk about that all day. Just what?
The times were good. The times were good on Black Ops 3. I even want to talk about those days, man. You're gonna make me sad.
That makes me upset. Yeah.
Yeah, you're gonna make me sad.
Hold on, can we just
happy.
bring up Bryce's tweet 1 sec? Really good to hear Epsilon after making it back into the league are convinced they're awful and haven't prepared. The whole team isn't convinced we're awful. I'm just saying that we're not that good. Like, it's not that we haven't prepared. We've been preparing. We've been scrimming. We've been on quite a bit. It's just this meta for us doesn't really work for us. Like, I'm playing with we're free random
subs.
like 3 subs. It's a 2 AR game now. The meta's not really fitting us. Like, I actually need to keep come on, man. Like, keep that shit off Twitter, bro. Like, shit. People don't like that shit, bro. Especially pro players, and that's just fucking bullshit. That's just come out of your mouth. Like, honestly, bro, like, you shouldn't be tweeting that kind of shit because that just looks bad. Like, I'm just saying that at the stage, yeah, we're not very good.
It's not like
There's
you're not
still, there's
putting
still,
You
yeah,
played
we're still
every day
playing-
apart from yesterday because your missus' birthday.
Yeah.
You've
like,
got a long time. You've obviously
the end goal, at the end of the day, in my eyes, the end goal is champs. Like, if we can make something click by then sweet. Like,
I
we're
think-
stuck as a team. There's nothing more than we can do. It is what it is. Like, today, we've made role switches. Billy's gone to main AR. I'm second AR now. And scrims actually today went really fucking well. Like, I mean, alright, we wasn't playing the best of competition, but it still went well. Like, we're
Heretic's a
still,
beast, bro.
yeah,
I
Heretics
feel,
is
I,
good.
feel like, I feel like it's the way you come out, like put it across, like you put it across like.
Because you
trolls,
just
but,
don't
like,
sugarcoat it like
yeah.
other people would. Like you just say like
Like
no
you
one
make
else is
it-
gonna turn
Yeah,
around
I'm
and
not-
like, yeah, we're fucking shit. Like we're not
you
very
make
good
it
at the
sound
minute.
trolly, like,
Yeah.
with the way
Like,
you
I'm
say
not,
it, but,
yeah, I'm not gonna sit there like, sugar, oh no, we're fucking great, man. I can't wait for the league. We're gonna win it, man. Like, Red, like, they're getting 2-0'd, man. Like, who else is on the division? I don't even know.
Nice.
Splice, 2-0'd. Who else?
FaZe.
2-0.
2-0.
But we're not playing the
PK.
third map, bro.
No, like, I mean, like, overall,
In the
innit? Like,
Oh,
one of them
oh,
ones. But it's like, I mean, it's gonna be the first time that I'm not confident going into the series against Aix, if you guys want to hear that. Like, that motherfucker might actually beat me for once. But other than that, I mean, just depends on how we click on the day. This game's literally on the day for me anyway, so, and our team.
You gotta just grind out results really, and then try and improve while the CWL's on. Obviously, like with the way your team is right now, you're saying obviously you're changing roles. You're obviously going away. When do you travel? Tomorrow? or-
Sunday. We want to stay an
Sunday.
extra day in practice here because the practicing that help. Well, the apartments are fucking shit.
Yeah.
We're going. We're,
Other
go,
than that.
we're going out tomorrow just because practice.
Yeah, we're
is
going
over
tomorrow
here.
for the opposite reason.
Yeah.
Wait, are you
Yeah.
going to be
Yeah.
scrimming
Yeah.
in the studios or at home?
No, at the
At
apartment.
the
apartments. Oh, okay.
It's bad, but like
Bro,
we're
I-
literally fucking playing teams and not getting over like 100 points and shit. So it's just fucking.
I'm one of those teams.
Well, yeah, but
Yeah, same.
it's just like we're playing Unreal, but we don't know if we're playing Unreal because
Yeah.
everyone's that shit or we're that good. So
Nah, to be fair, you guys are probably the best team we scrimmed on this game. Like,
Yeah.
yeah,
Played
It's-
against-
free gas, much appreciated.
we're going out a day earlier than we should have been.
Not only that, like obviously the meta's changed and your team. I feel like the way the meta's changed, it sort of suits your team as well.
Well, Joe's flexing now, which
Yeah.
everyone was shocked to hear, which is helping us a lot because obviously Joe is our inconsistent player, and since he's been using like the bar and shit, like he's been getting more kills, and then obviously we have Trey and Matty who just run around with subs, and they're gonna get kills 9 times out of 10 because they have better gun skill than the
Joe's
majority
just
of people.
filling the gaps usually, and also he's now able to pick up kills well with the bar,
So
obviously
he
because
wouldn't kill
likes
yeah,
him.
usually, yeah.
Nah,
So-
see, the problem with our team when I was flexing is like Joe's way smarter than I am with an AR. Like I just ego chow everyone.
Trey knows he's got good gun skills, so he over challenges people with an AR and just
and then
tells
I'll
off
like
shit.
like say if I do that I'll lose spawns or something like that, and then like,
Whereas
just
Joe
wait-
knows he can't shoot his gun straight, so he'll hide.
Fuck's sake, man. Just like that.
Oh god.
That's how the role change happened.
That's exactly how it went down in the red camp.
So you're telling me Trey was not playing discipline now?
No, Trey's a mong. He knows he's got better gun skill than the majority of people, so he just challenges, thinking, right, I'll fucking kill this guy.
Mate,
Guys, there's some guy who's just fucking crouch peeking a fucking head glitch. Oh, fuck me, shock.
lost
And then
spawns. That's
we've
what
lost
six-
spawns. So yeah.
Obviously, going on to the rest of the other team that I've not obviously spoke about, the other UK team that's in the Pro League, Unilad. Obviously, they've not announced their fourth yet, right?
XL Shawnee 1 on your
But
four.
let's just call them
Messiah.
XL Shawnee 1
God.
Messiah,
Yeah,
the,
yeah.
the European Messiah. We'll
Mr.
call
Do
him
what I want.
Thanos. We'll call him Thanos, right?
Yeah, let's call him Thanos just for this.
Right, Thanos. Yeah,
He needs
Thanos.
nothing, bro.
Yeah, he needs nerf, man. The whole squad needs nerf, man. But obviously they've got Thanos now. What's your thoughts on that pickup? And what's your thoughts on their team as a whole?
Bro,
I
Yeah.
think it's a fucking very good pickup, man.
Yeah.
I rate Thanos a lot, man. Teamed with the guy.
Time.
Oh, you
Right.
team with Thanos?
Yeah, I team with Thanos, man.
Oh.
Thanos is a great guy, man. Good kid.
It's about time he shows like his true potential, and he's got like the league's the perfect place to do it because you're there for so long, you're playing so many games. It's only if he doesn't when he gets announced and that if that player doesn't like get like a lot of recognition like for how he's playing, then he just needs to stop playing to be honest, like in the nicest way possible because if you don't like improve at the league and just like show your true potential after playing for like 4 weeks it is in general, like there's just no saving you.
Yeah, I think that team's gonna it has the potential to cause a lot of upsets because a lot of teams are gonna come in, like especially the American teams, underestimating them, looking at the names on the team, thinking they're not gonna be very good.
Especially
And
replacing Matty.
If
Yeah.
you think about it, like he had a decent start last year as well, though.
He had a very good start last
Yeah,
year.
he
He
was
was one of the
like-
best in the game,
like-
I thought.
Like, just because he's not in the league, like he just didn't get as
Oh,
much
yeah.
like he just didn't get like a look in on any teams, and like Josh said, it's like this is his time to fucking show that he's actually good. Because
I
I
think
don't
he's
think
really comfortable in this team as well.
Yeah, he can just do what he wants to do in this team, like just run around fucking.
With friends as well.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the whole team, like who's gonna argue in that team? Like with each other kind of thing. Like no one's
Sean,
really gonna argue.
Sean will argue with anyone,
No,
man.
he won't though. No, he won't
He will,
argue.
man. Sean
Nah,
loves
he
it.
will not argue though.
He
They'll
won't
just
argue,
like
but-
they're not gonna argue about the game. They're just gonna like all of them want to just play the game. They're all like fucking
Yeah.
like do you
they're
know
all
what I mean? Like,
grinders and they're all
know what
like
I mean?
similar
and they know they're,
personalities.
they're all on like the outer cusp kind of thing. Like it's,
Yeah.
everyone's talking about us and Splice. They know like
They've all got something to prove as well.
yeah, that's what I mean. So
Like,
I
they're-
think,
they're-
I think they'll be really good.
They've all got a reason to like try their like very hardest as well. And
Don't
Jones
you
are
like,
freak
think,
as
yeah,
well.
they might be
Yeah.
better. Even though Matty's a better player than their pickup, yeah, I think they might be better with a new player because
Thanos.
Brad's gonna be more comfortable not having like his brother, like because them
this
two
is
just
what
clash
I,
all
this
the
is what I
time.
said. I
Them
said that-
two, like I seen them after the league game one time, and I've never seen two people go mad at each other like they did. And like Brad just like their new pickup's not gonna turn around to Brad and start going mad at him, whereas the other Matty would. Like,
This is what-
so
this
I
is
think
what
he's
I
a lot
said
more
to-
comfortable.
This is what I said to Matty and Brad. I said like Matt leaving Brad's probably the better thing just because of like how they are with each other. Like
Brad tweeted it himself, I'm pretty sure. Like he's a lot more. He feels super comfortable.
yeah,
No.
not getting told what to do by his brother, and then them two not arguing after matches. Like, it's always going to be better.
Not playing and knowing that someone's potentially going to go moaning at you after the game because you do something is like the worst thing because you're just hesitant on doing something, and that's probably what Brad was feeling like.
Yeah,
Sean's really good at flexing as well.
Yeah.
He's actually probably the best flex in Europe.
You Sean?
Yeah.
Probably.
Yeah, I've been saying that for fucking
He's a
months as well.
freak.
Yeah,
So I think the whole team.
He was
just really
literally the
comfortable.
best. I'm not even lying. When I teamed with him at the start of IW, he was literally the fucking best MV4 I played with, and then the maps he used to sub on, it was still fucking unreal.
Yeah,
Like,
he's really
it's
good.
fucking class there,
Sean's
Sean.
really underrated, like in terms of like who knows him and like who knows how he plays and stuff like that. Like
Good at S&D as well.
ever since I came back, and like all these roster changes happened, we scrimmed him, and Sean's literally been going off every map. It's been incredible.
I think it's because as
Yeah.
well, like he's never really.
Yeah, he has.
Their best placement in this game is like what, top 12, so he's never like just never been able to show it really. Like, well, like even for us to watch them, like we don't really. I know I haven't really had much chance to watch them because every time they play, we've been playing, and then they're always at the tournament before us, so like we don't get to watch them. Obviously, the only thing we can really go from is scrimming.
Yeah. I've teamed with Alex in this game as well, and he's like he's gonna consistently like go. When I teamed with him on LAN, he was rarely go. I wouldn't really say he was going like.
I think he just
Fifth-
needs his I just think he
yeah.
needs confidence.
I wouldn't really say he was going like. It was. I
I
don't
think
really.
he needs a good event.
Yeah,
I think if he has a good event, he'll be unreal. But
Get some
until he has a
momentum
good-
behind him.
yeah,
If they start
until-
doing well in this like an event or
Until
the
he has a
league.
good event, I think he's just gonna keep shitting himself.
he's gonna
Yeah.
be consistent though. Like the majority of the time, he's gonna have the like even games. Like if at worst even games. Like I think that's what he's shown against. Like obviously he's not really had the opportunity to play against the best of the best players, bar against you guys really. When that's the only game I've really seen when he's played against. Like and it had a decent showing against sort of top quality opposition because obviously the only other series against really good teams at the last event was like Optic and I believe Envy, and I think they got like smoked from what I remember.
I mean, Union had one first map against Optic at Seattle.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure.
Did
Yeah, they won the first map, the Optic's best half point, and they didn't win a map for the rest of the series.
they? Yeah, it was like no, but it was almost like it was a different series after that first map as well. From what I remember I tuned in because I heard that Optic were 1-0 down, and then after that I'm pretty sure it was like boom, boom,
it
boom,
was-
3
yeah,
straight
it was-
maps.
after-
Like
Optic energy drinks hit him.
Optic's energy drinks hit them.
Energy
Yeah,
drinks.
the monsty.
They all needed a piss after
Dr.
map
Pepper.
one.
After you win that first map against Optic, you literally say to everyone like, "Oh, we've done the hard part, now we've got to do the easy
We
part."
done
and
that,
then
didn't we?
Yeah,
For
then
the first
you just get
event.
smoked.
Dallas, we've done that. It was like, yeah, man, fucking let's go. Win London Ducks. Joe dropping a 40 bomb.
Then I went
Didn't
1
win
and
enough.
13 in CTF, and then it was just over.
I feel like that's the mindset but that's the way you gotta think of it really. They're expected obviously to always win like the respawns and whatnot, but like that's the majority of the time you go in thinking if we win this first map, man, we've got S&D, then like CTF, then another S&D potentially, like, and obviously they're renowned to not be as good on S&D, so obviously I'm thinking Unilad, but forget about Optic, we're talking about Optic right now, but Unilad looking good in scrims from when I've played them. Like they obviously we've played against you guys like Red. You guys were destroying us as well, but Unilad was like a new level of destruction. Thanos had the Infinity Gauntlet, mate.
Thanos evolved.
He clicked his fingers, mate, and I was getting deleted off the map. It was over. it was absolutely over. Yeah, I'm interested to see how they do. Obviously at LAN. The only thing I can say that my only concern, obviously, but that's like. The only concern I really have is that they don't really have an experienced leader.
Yeah,
I don't really think that that's
I think
necessarily
I
needed.
don't think that matters anymore.
Yeah, I don't think it
Literally,
matters. Yeah,
You're literally, it's all just killing. COD, all COD is the last couple of years. is just
S&D is
fucking
all
killing.
about adapting.
could always a bit killing,
in a
but
series, yeah, like if they like say they're to lose the first match, something like when they shouldn't, yeah, like who's the only person who can turn around and say like just forget about it, blah blah blah, is Sean, like, and like the chances
Listen, I'm
like,
not arguing
when
with
they're
Sean about
losing
that
map in scrims, like no one gives a fuck you lose map in scrims, and then when you win running around freely doing whatever you want, it's fine. But like as soon as they lose an important map or a close map, yeah, just needs to make sure someone turns around and just keeps the head in the game, because I know Thanos can lose his head easily, and I'd assume Alex could as well.
no, I mean honestly, I don't really think from my experience with Alex, he doesn't really lose his head. I wouldn't really say. Well, I mean, you really never know what's going on in someone's head, but it doesn't feel like he's like lost the plot or anything like that. But I think that's the only issue in my head with the team.
I think Wiskin can lose his head as well.
I think it
There's
was
a few
when
players.
he had Matt, yeah, because Matt would moan
I
feel
especially like say if he has like a bad map or something, I feel like he gets in his head.
Oh no, yeah.
Like that's what I'm talking about. Like, cause it like after like a map or so, like, I've been like you can just see in his face like he's just disappointed in himself.
No, yeah.
I mean, I'd say that's the same with a lot of players though. At the end of the day, but
Penny laughs it off. He does.
yeah, that's what I mean.
Like,
Penny acts like it doesn't happen, and I'm just like, bro, you're double neg again.
when we played OG, we played OG in the league. Yeah, Josh was like 15 and 38 or something like that. And after the game, he starts pissing himself laughing and goes like, "I've just been carried."
Because they didn't get over 150 points.
That's the best feeling though. Like getting
Yeah.
getting carried is the best feeling, man.
I'm getting world starred and I look at the score at the end of the game, everyone's positive and won by like over 100 points, like shoes, let's carry
Well, I
on.
mean, it's not the best feeling. Going off's the best feeling, like winning and going off. But like when see getting carried, it's like it's up there, man. You just like you look around and you see all your teammates and you're like, yo, you guys are the real deal. start gassing everyone up.
Fuck's sake, man.
But obviously, we've not really spoke about the NA roster moves. There's not been really as many. I'd say like obviously there was before, but the only real roster moves were Optic and TK. From what is that
LG.
correct?
LG.
Obviously, yeah,
LG,
LG. Obviously the Optic and LG situation, and then TK as well.
TK as well.
Yeah. So Optic, obviously everyone's been talking about this. This has been a like massive topic. From their scrims, they're looking insane. From what they've streamed, obviously they've been streaming like some scrims, streaming some scrim, like having some scrims off stream, but they've looked insane from what I've seen. I've seen them like 30-point clubbing teams.
You
and
can't
stuff
take
like
that United series into account, by the way.
Yeah,
Even
I
though
know.
that-
Yeah, I know.
United hadn't played COD for ages and they weren't even trying, so, but yeah. No, yeah.
The current meta suits Optic so much.
The new team especially, yeah.
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 Nah, Josh, the old team, man.
Fuck
This
off.
meta suits the old team so much, man. Jesus Christ, see them doing fucking damage.
Methods was one of the people who were using the bar when people were still using all the other guns.
Exactly.
So it's just like it's literally just like perfect for them at the moment.
Yeah, now it's even more like just
You just got Octane who doesn't fucking miss with that fucking shitty gun.
with six,
That
six,
really
six,
good gun, the really cozy gun.
Balanced.
Really
Yeah, it's
cozy.
really unique. Really unique, very
Yeah, I think the
cozy.
current meta is just really good for them, and then Crim and Scump just do their thing, don't they?
Yeah.
Just run around the map.
Optical and Group B, Optical and Division B, right?
Yeah,
Alright, pal.
we're Belgian.
So
as
you
well.
guys are playing against TK, right?
TK phase and whatnot.
So obviously that's the roster change for you guys. It's obviously going to have the most impact because you're going to be thinking about that new team. What's your honest? I know some of your opinions, right? What's your honest opinions on the new TK
I'm
pickup?
fucking buzzing, man.
Yeah, I was licking my lips, bro.
Alright.
From methods
Listen,
to enable, like no
listen, Mark.
disrespect, bro, but
Like
no.
we played the old TK which had theory and they just had like really good teamwork, and I think did we beat them once? Yeah, we beat them
Yeah,
once. They smoked
Beat
us
them
the
once
other
at
times.
Atlanta.
And they beat us the other times. And then we played methods at the TK with
Seattle.
methods at Seattle, and then was that last map?
6-5.
Yeah,
Well.
6-5 last map. So
And we
of it-
bottled that last map as well.
yeah,
And we got body on our best hard point as well to close the series out fourth.
So there it is, just like that.
Just like that.
It'll come back to me.
You
Just
can't
like that.
you can't
Yeah,
sleep
like-
on man like Ian though.
No, I think
No.
he's good, but I just think Methods is better.
Oh yeah, that's
Yeah.
what
I mean, I don't know what the team vibes are like with Methods. Maybe they're shit. Maybe they'll be better with Thingy, but
Yeah.
I mean, they'll still be good. I don't think they'll be shit, but I just think
I don't think they'll be as good as they like. I
The
don't
thing
think
is,
they'll. Yeah.
It's like it'll be a lot better for Enable because he's going to learn the game from them because he's been playing
Yeah.
with like who Lightning Pandas and EG. Like, well, obviously it's hard to say how much they know the game, but like TK definitely know the game more. Like TK have been on real the whole game, and he's just everything's gonna come a lot easier for him. Kills, being in the right position, so he's also
everyone
gonna be
says
a lot
Enable's
better.
really good with a sub, but I don't think he's that good with a sub. So I think TK is still relying on just getting like AR heavy maps. That's how they would always beat us. Like they'd be higher seed 9 times out of 10. So they go team A and get fucking Jib or Forest. We get smoked.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
then
but it instantly be 1-0 down. And
then
we'll go
then we'd literally have to win map 2. And S&D on this game is tragic. Anybody can win us. So
especially with the new meta.
Especially with the meta now. And if
Yeah,
have any of you
that's
guys played S&D with the ITRA yet?
Nope.
well, it's
No,
gonna
I'm,
be
I'm,
the
I'm
worst.
gonna enjoy it, to be honest.
Yeah, no, it changes it again.
Who I am
Then
in
it's
it,
gonna be a lot
like,
slower.
yeah, it's gonna be a lot
Nice.
slower. I
That's
prefer
even
like
more
burst guns
boring,
in
man.
S&D though, man.
And
Like,
everyone's gonna be running armored, so like it's just like you can't stun nade a guy fucking. It's
no,
fucking
airborne's
shite.
back in, man. People still
Yeah.
be using
Yeah.
airborne in S&D
Nah,
now.
airborne's not back in. I don't.
Bro,
You can all
people
run
use
airborne.
it in S&D. They
Wow.
will for timings, 100%.
Against.
I'm not gonna say what.
Yeah.
Just.
You're not trying to give anything away, but I know you're about to say it. But like, there is going to be different strategies though. Like, people are going to maybe like think about just literally doing like an airborne rush and just taking off Hunker, whacking on like a thing to avoid the pre-stuns and stuff like that, and just gamble on not getting naded. There's going to be like some reckless plays that people are going to make with airborne, so it is going to slightly change. I don't think a lot of people will be running airborne, but
I think the maps are just really bad for S&D on this game.
Yeah, I mean,
like,
yeah,
maps in general, even for
maps are really cozy and unique.
But
they've took 3 lanes to a new level, I think, is the perfect description. Like everyone was obviously always crying out for 3-lane maps, but then they've made the map the map design itself, like the flow between the lanes and just how small they are.
Cuts.
Yeah,
Like,
there's no, yeah.
You have 3-lane maps usually, but there's little alleys.
Everything.
Yeah. Like you used to have 3-lane maps and there's little alleys you should cut through and shit like that. This is literally 3 lanes and no other way you're going.
But even like the size of the maps is like quite small as well, like the way it feels, because it's all like close quarters as well. Like if you compare it to like, for example, like Black Ops 2 maps, right? You've got like something like Raid, you've got like massive open lanes throughout the middle of the map, like long as shit lanes, like the down low pool area, like the statue and like the middle lane, it's all like quite long range, like and a lot of the lanes on this map, like look at St. Marie, like that's a large map, right? But realistically the vast majority of fights, because of the way the map's designed, are like close quarters, so yeah, it's just boys.
It's large on a scale from end to end, but you're never actually in that end to end.
Yeah, it's always close range gunfights that are like the difference really in that map. You're never gonna have like a cross range. Like realistically, what are the longest gunfight you're gonna have in that? Like flipped car to like their car. That's like the longest
Granny's to a
gunfight.
wine window. That's the longest. Like.
Well, yeah, but like most of the time people aren't even going up there like and having that gunfight. Like.
Anyway, we're going off topic.
Yeah, we're going off topic.
Back to TK.
We're back.
I think they'll still be good because they have Accuracy, who's like one of the better AIs in the game, and then they have Kenny, who's literally fucking freak.
Yeah.
So I think they'll still be fine. I think if any team has a really good AI and a really good sub, like pick people to fill the gaps, and it won't be that
Kenny
bad.
even been as good recently? That's the thing. Like at the start of this game, he was fucking unbelievable.
No, I think
but like I feel like now
his Seattle
the way he
wasn't
plays.
as good as it like.
No, but even what was it before Seattle playoffs? Was he?
Yeah, playoffs. He wasn't great.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like even up like it was, before the start of this game, he was literally like.
I still has it. Like,
everyone
has.
He's obviously unreal still.
Yeah.
I think it's just like I had expectations of him to sort of run around and like win maps on his own every now and then and whatnot, but he doesn't do it as much anymore. But obviously, he's still fucking insane at the game.
I mean, that TK team obviously had like a way. They even said it themselves. They had like they were ahead of everyone at the start of the game. Like especially the first. Obviously, you guys probably
we fucking did beat them.
They low-key did.
Yeah, you low-key beat them first event, yeah.
Yeah. I win Dallas.
What do you mean low-key? No, we did it.
I mean, no, high-key, sorry, high-key.
But we beat him at Arden's hard point.
Yeah, I know.
And then we didn't play for the rest of the year.
That's a tough one. The bomb threat. I mean, it was good times. The bomb that event. I played a game at. In fact, you done the same, Reedy, innit?
Yeah.
We played a game at like 1 PM in open bracket, right? And our next game was at 3 AM.
Yeah, I was in bed by then, mate. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Good times that event. We won that game, yeah. We played our next
tragic.
game. We won that game at 3 AM. We finished at like 4:30, and we played our next game at 8 in the morning. Good times, man. It was a really good event. It was great start to the year for myself right there. With those sort of things happening. But obviously, moving on to LG now. They've got Formal in. From what I watched of like the Aimless's podcast last night, they were saying that LG were getting. I've not really watched any streams of LG.
I don't think the meta suits them.
Yeah, I mean that's something that's been said, but also.
Who's their second AR?
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Is it Jacob? Well, it has to be Slacked or John. I'm gonna.
Yes, Jacob.
Yeah.
He was always looked better when he was using a sub.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I think you're right.
From what Slack was saying, Formal was an absolute maniac, just playing a
Yeah, I
maniac,
don't
but
think
just
he's
flying
anywhere
about
near
the
as
gaff.
good as Octane.
So, a lot of people were saying that they've been getting. Well, they were all saying in the podcast that they would be getting smoked, and
what? Got to
I mean,
say,
like,
Mark.
but obviously that's online
they used to
scrims.
get smoked as well, though. I think they've always been like that. They've always got
Yeah.
smoked in scrims.
If you
I'm pretty
compare it
sure.
to like last game, they had Formal winning games like 1v4, like literally by himself, and then you come to this
I'd
game.
rather
it's
be
like-
getting smoked in scrims though.
Yeah, 100%, you're
I'd
learning.
rather
Yeah,
be getting
probably.
smoked in scrims than like fucking smoking everybody in scrims.
Nah,
Yeah.
you fucking would not.
You do.
Fucking bad vibes all round, man. There's no fucking way.
Well, you just
No,
gotta know
there's
how
like-
to handle
Bro,
it.
I've been
though.
getting fisted for the past 2 weeks, except for
There's
today.
like a medium you
Learn
want to
more
reach.
and more about your team when you
Yeah.
get
You want to lose, yeah, but there's like you want to have like a close, you
one
want to
of
have
the
close
days,
series and
like
close
one of
maps.
the days, we played Unilad and won one map. The next day we played them and they didn't win a map.
That's
Like it's
kinda
just
same.
like
And that's
Yes,
the last
yes,
time we played
yesterday
for
we
the
didn't win a
rest of the
single
year.
map against them,
yeah, that's what I
and
mean. It's
then
like
today was different. Like,
I mean, like it's I think you learn a lot about your team when you're losing.
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
we
I
like
agree.
the first few days of Matty, we were like only different shit was being said. But I think you learn a lot more losing, so I prefer to be losing, getting smoked in scrims than fucking smoking everybody.
Yeah, I mean,
I
you don't
think
really like you don't really focus on like someone could like world star 3P someone and like there's a mistake there or something like that, but like you don't realize it because you've won the map. Like you don't even talk about it.
Yeah.
Especially like when we lost as well. Like when we lost, it was like wasn't due to slaying or anything like that. It was actually due to comms, and like
Yeah.
we worked on that like every single day, like just trying to get because like Matty's been in a team where he's literally just been slaying. Like and when he comes in this team, like he's got to talk out like when he's pushing someone out or something like that. So like we've just been like talking to Matty saying like you need to talk more when you're like pushing stuff out, and then yeah, helps a lot. Like definitely losing in scrims helps so much more than winning.
And like I was saying, I was listening to the podcast, and Slack was saying they've actually, so like you said, they've been losing in scrims, and they said like the night of the podcast, the night before, that they actually played way better in scrims because they've been fixing a lot of their mistakes and whatnot. So like you said, losing.
You notice what you're doing wrong, don't you, when you're
Yeah.
losing? Whereas when you're winning, you're like you'll notice a few things, but you notice a lot less.
Yeah.
like you said, like Slack said, or whatever it was, like formal was literally like he said he didn't have a clue how to play the game basically, and it's like he's actually gonna listen when you're joining the team. You're always gonna listen to your teammates like it's a new team, just because you're just starting fresh, and like I bet like that's why the obstacles used to change with their roles because formal didn't have a clue what to do with an AR. That's what they basically was saying, and then there wasn't really that much respect with that team obviously, and then he just wasn't listening to his team. But now he's joined a new team. Obviously got fucking Jacob. You're always gonna listen to him. He's actually listening to him, and he's obviously always gonna get better when you've got Jacob helping you learn the game and play the game properly.
Yeah, I mean,
Factoids.
obviously he's been going off, yeah, the last couple of years, right? Being like hands down the best player in the world, probably last. Definitely
Definitely
Like,
last year.
last year,
no.
right?
No question.
Even like, in fact, you could like put a shout for him to be like the best player on every game almost. Like at times,
He's up there,
at some
yeah, he's
some
up there.
events,
Yeah.
he definitely got MVP several events.
IW every event, but other games some events.
Yeah. Especially champs, IW champs. Yeah, he was on like I think he was on like a 1 point. He was about to break like the record. I think before the final he was on like a 1.7 or something like that. And then obviously he ended up only getting like a 1.38 or something like that. But that's still insane. Like for winning COD champs and getting like a 1.3. But
It's very impressive.
yeah, very impressive. But now
Just a little.
we've talked about all the team changes. I mean, I don't think there's been no APAC team changes. Obviously, both teams came for relegation. Now we're going to go into the predictions for the groups. Obviously, all yous are in the same group.
Sure.
So, I mean, it's kind of weird. Obviously, some people
Just
don't
do
like.
predictions without our teams.
Let's take out your own team into consideration and fling your predictions in. Who do you think?
What, like
for
top four?
Top four. Yeah, top four.
Yeah, second. I'm gonna have to get the teams up.
Yeah, I'm right.
I see, I know this.
Facey,
I'm doing the same.
DJ.
I already know it. I'd say, not including us, it'd be FaZe, Splice, EG, and Echo Fox.
No TK.
No.
Fair enough.
So you think that? What have you said?
Wait. Who did you say? FaZe?
FaZe, Echo Fox, EG, and Splice.
Did Envy stick?
Yeah.
It's like Chino Classic, you and Decimate. Yeah.
They looked really good at the start of the last event, and then
Yeah,
Yeah.
4-0.
Yeah.
And then they lost.
I'm gonna. I don't know. EG like probably still in their honeymoon period, so you probably put them up there.
Meta suits them as well.
Yeah.
That suits some hella
I-
good
I-
man.
Saul's unreal with the
Yeah.
bar.
You definitely.
X.
I think
So
it's
is
between.
Pat.
I think it's between Envy and Echo for like a fourth spot.
Who's your other three?
Same as you, FaZe, Splice, and EG.
Who's FaZe's second AR?
Priester.
Yeah,
Priester,
yeah. I don't know.
I don't think
We
FaZe
got
are gonna do the
FaZe,
good.
Red. I don't know. EG will be good, but I don't think they're going to be nowhere near as good as they were like at the last event. Like that's the thing as well. They was really good at S&D and whatnot because they had like, mate, they was pulling
They
smoke
had
straight out
notes
the
on
arse.
everybody.
Yeah, and they was pulling smoke straight after us where they're bouncing it up and lining it up and shit. Like people can go watch that back and that's piss easy. You know what smoke's coming in. What can you like? It's not gonna work as much. Like and then like
did
that
we
was on a
play-
massive momentum, right?
Didn't
as
we
well.
play in first round on St. Marie? We just
And
got
they got
double
4
kill-
smokes
Yeah,
at B or
yeah,
whatever it
that's
was.
what I'm saying.
Four
They had
nades,
lineups.
we got-
Two
yeah.
smokes back B, fucking 65 nades.
The thing is, though, when you're playing, when a new team's made like that, yeah, you don't know what's their best maps are. Like
Yeah.
people, like everyone was giving them Saint Marie, yeah, and they're fucking unreal at Saint Marie. Like hardpoint, like so, like that's not gonna happen as much.
Yeah.
Like you gotta think every event, yeah, like for even for our team, when we've had events where we fucking went on massive runs, people kept giving us our good maps every series, like, and people are gonna learn from that. Like it's not gonna happen, but they put. I mean, I think either way, if EG qualified, they're gonna finish fourth.
I think it's definitely between like you got like EG, Splice, and FaZe, and I think it's definitely between MV and Echo Fox.
Not including
What about
yourself.
TK?
obviously.
No,
though?
no,
Like,
no,
if you
not-
get
well-
TK could still like I don't this one I can't see
Well, I'm
TK
top
being
in the
that
group,
shit.
so you're all fighting for free spots.
There you
anyway,
go.
so-
There you go. There we go.
Can't see TK
Love to
being
hear it.
shit.
No, they won't be bad. I just don't think they'll be better than.
Well, I
Yeah,
mean,
yeah,
they
Echo
struggled
Fox.
last time, didn't they? And they was playing good. Like
Yeah,
obviously, there was
that's what I mean. Yeah.
Yeah. No, yeah, I can see it. So I guess Red, FaZe, EG, and then
I don't think Envy have got a bad team anymore.
No, yeah, every were good, like you said.
Like, Echo Fox are really good at the last event, and I think Temp fixes their fucking role issues, which
Yeah.
they had in their previous team, so I think they're good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, I'm gonna make my prediction. Obviously, I'm free to.
You're free to.
I'm free to name anyone. So
name
I'm
everybody.
obviously from like scrims. I'm gonna put like I've obviously not played against these any teams, so I'm gonna put Red and Splice in there because you've been looking really good. I don't know if we are shit. We probably are. But you have been looking good in scrims.
Right.
You guys have been looking really good in scrims, and obviously from what.
Epsilon third.
and then I'd probably have Epsilon a close third. Dave's gonna have an unreal season, but then, nah, real talk. I'm not flinging Epsilon in there, but I'm gonna have. I would have Red Splice. I honestly, I don't think FaZe are gonna be anywhere near as good. Obviously,
I don't think they will be.
they're still gonna be
Hey,
decent.
selling that fucking Columbus studio, though.
Yeah, they love
They
it.
all
They
do,
love
but
it.
like, I just don't. I
Nah,
don't know, man.
I
Like the
don't know
team
about
was
that.
done, and then they ended up like
They're
Optic
forced
handed
to
them.
kind of stick together.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
Optic
Yeah.
handed them that.
Nah,
Like,
I
they
would've
played out
They
their
would not be a
mind.
team right now.
I would have
would've
changed.
No,
I
I
would have
changed.
changed after.
No,
winning,
yeah,
100%.
yeah, no, yeah, yeah. They
Like-
wouldn't. If they didn't win, they were not a team.
You gotta remember
No,
as
they
well.
should have changed after winning anyway.
You
Yeah.
gotta
They probably
remember Zuma
should've.
tried
They should have made the
leaving
power
as well.
plays.
Zuma tried leaving as well, so.
It's one of those
Yeah.
ones that they were like quite clearly not like one of the obviously are up there, but they were quite clearly not the best team. So once they won that event, they would have had way more like leverage to like make roster moves at that point. And then they've not, and then obviously then Zuma wanted to leave or whatever.
They could have
I don't think that makes a difference because he was Optic.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
everyone's
think-
gonna say yeah.
like that.
You cannot be mad at your teammate for saying yes to Optic even if it doesn't
Yeah.
go through.
FaZe could have got Slasher straight after that event.
Someone said Center is the flex now and Temp is the full-time SMG.
I don't
And
agree with
he's like a
that.
Fox about the top four.
But like,
I'd work Red Splice.
Fasel was a smart guy. Like he's
No,
filling
yeah.
the gaps.
Don't
Could be
get me
doing
wrong,
well at the
I
bar.
Real talk.
Yeah, could do the same.
Go,
Temp,
Reedy.
Temp's better than fucking Facento with an AR, so I don't agree with that. But be Red Splice, EG, and probably fucking.
No, but Jordan, you say
Echo
that, yeah, but
Fox.
Trey's better than Jove and AR, but it makes more sense for Joe to AR.
but
I don't think he is.
I don't think he is.
That's my experience of
Like-
playing with
like,
these teams.
like,
And
yeah,
like,
just
He's got
off
better
of
gun
like,
skill.
yeah, just
I'm
off of
way
playing
better with
train,
sub
Trey's
than I
like.
am
No,
with
no, I'm not saying that. I'm saying like you compared to Joe. Look, well, yeah, no.
I think
Easy
Joe like that helps Joe, man. He's running around with the bar. It's a really cozy gun.
yeah, that's
Like,
could be
and
the same
he's
with Fasel.
smart. He's smart as
No,
fuck as
but
well.
like,
So like,
people question like role changes, especially like me swapping with Joe because everyone will say, but like it like gun skill compared to how smart you are is completely different. Like
Especially in this game.
I could pop a 3-piece and all my team are still spawning out compared to Joe getting no kills and spawning us in. Like it's just like that's just where it is at that point. And like we role changed and on a certain map that I don't want to say because obviously we're fucking naughty.
you're
at
Marky,
that.
you need to turn me down, by the way.
Yeah, AR
Yeah, I've
maps in
turned it
general.
down.
We've got 10 times better at the AR maps as well, just because. Yeah, like I say, I just challenged some dumb shit. So expect us first place in Division A.
Yeah, I didn't even finish my prediction, but Red Splice. I don't even know.
I'm putting EG in there, bro.
Red
There's, like,
Splice, yeah, EG. I'm gonna put in EG, and then I'm gonna go Envy.
No, yeah, that's the thing though. Like
Do
our
anything.
group, like
Anyone out of the
not,
seven?
yeah,
Joe,
not being
you're
to
not
Jordan.
making playoffs,
Yeah,
mate.
like, out
Wow,
of the 7
bro,
teams, not
you're
including
actually
FC, yeah, every single team can beat everyone.
Yeah.
Wait, hold
Whereas
on a
Division
minute.
B is
You're
like.
getting smoked, you are. I've had enough of your shit.
Hey, listen, I still gotta get my revenge for getting dropped on your team.
Oh wait, they haven't played you, have
Yeah,
they?
no, that's my first time. I said my first time playing them since getting
Oh,
dropped.
bro. It's tight for you then, isn't it?
Oh shit.
Wait, Jordan, what's your predictions?
Mine? I said mine.
Yeah, he's
I
I
didn't
put,
catch
I
your
put,
fourth
I
one.
put,
Skybox.
it was. Oh, okay. Oh, hold on. I need to get the teams up again. I forgot. Right. So you lot red, Splice, EG, and then Echo Fox. But I just don't feel like I don't know, man. That
I
Temp
know
should probably be AR.
for Senate probably should be AR.
I don't agree with that. But then again, like they're better than me, so they let them rock with it, man. If it works from them, it works from. They're obviously doing it for a reason.
Yeah, obviously.
Right. Group Division B. I'm gonna have to find up the teams again because I'm not even sure. So
Hated
Oh,
mine,
I'll
mine
tell you,
three.
fucking
Oh Jesus
LG,
Christ.
Oh, we know that.
Optic,
Yeah, there we go.
Rise, and fucking
Top 3
Unilad.
secure. It's just the 4th spot. It's
Unilad are
Unilad,
getting 4th spot.
Unilad, E United, or
Confirmed.
Complexity in the 4th spot. It depends who you
Nah,
choose.
complexity or shite. Let's give it a rest. Right, Unilad are getting the 4th spot.
What,
No, but they
United?
look good at the start.
Nah,
Seattle.
they're fucking shite, mate. I don't give a fuck.
I don't have faith in Doug.
That was a fluke, man.
Wait. No,
They
don't
still
insult
play
Trey's
top six
duo,
games,
man.
I don't want to hear it.
Yo, you're insulting Trey's duo right there, man.
Wait, what? Who's my duo?
You know,
Doug,
Trey's
you
got-
don't-
Trey's got- Trey's got
Is Doug not?
duos.
Is
Wait,
Doug not?
Doug?
Yeah. Trey's got a few duos.
I'm
Like,
looking- which one?
I've got a lot of dads. I've got a lot of duos. Fuck
Depends
it.
what fucking day it is you find Trey's duo.
Mate, no. The only reason, I love Doug, yeah, because after every game, yeah, he'll just DM me going, "You've got this." Ah, lucky man. Come back and play some eights. Like,
he loves it.
yeah, that's why I just get free gas.
I think
Yeah.
that team just relies on Dashi far too much. If
Yeah.
if Dashi has a bad map, I fucking don't.
I'm
think
seeing
they're
over like
winning it.
1.4 KDs at the end of events.
Yeah, like
That's
I just-
impressive.
you can't
Yeah, it
rely
is.
on one person to fucking constantly play well.
Yeah, and I'm relying on Doug to win your maps is just so hard, man.
So I think LG, Optic, fucking Rise, and Unilad. I think Unilad will beat E United.
Yeah, no, yeah.
They'll at least
If they
split the
keep playing like
series
they
with
do.
them. They'll at
Yeah.
least split the series with them, and then E United will fuck up against someone.
Yeah.
Unilad though, yeah, Unilad have obviously looked really good in the respawns. How do you think they're going to be performing in S&D
That
against
is a,
like?
Thanos is a bit of a
they-
loose
they-
cannon on
But
that.
they're
too.
not Shawnee, it doesn't
Yeah,
Oh
matter.
yeah, like
Yeah, obviously Sean's
they're
good at
just
S&D,
always good
but-
at S&D. Like that team, I don't know.
Well, Unilad.
Especially against
Yeah.
EU teams.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. It's a complete different team, man. They had Moose when they was good at S&D and Matt.
No, they were
like
good
Matt.
last event as well.
I mean, they
I
should
think
have
they'll
beat
be
us.
Yeah,
fine.
but
Yeah,
Matt, like I said
Yeah, but
Matt,
we were
like
really good at S&D though.
Sean's
taking
just
Matt out
really
for
good.
Thanos,
Sean
then
went
it's-
20-2 against us in S&D. If he does that again, I'll say fair play.
Well,
Yeah, I
bro, there's
think-
no stream. That's not confirmed. You fucking shut up.
Yeah, why
Oh.
went 2-20, you mean?
Aye, Sean went 2-20 against
No,
us in
but
S&D, man.
Sean's like when he wasn't 18, all he was doing was playing S&D and
Yeah,
whatnot.
yeah,
So he's got
Nah, he's a good S&D player. I just don't
And
He's,
like
a
I
he's the
said-
next best thing to an S&D player, so like
Yeah.
he's got a very good
S&D
understanding.
maps on this game are fucking boring, so
Yeah.
there's not much you fucking do really.
No,
Yeah, obviously not like.
Nearly everybody does the same thing.
Yeah,
no, yeah.
it's going to change again though with Vitra. I feel like it's going to change slightly, but I still think it's a bit
That'll
random
benefit
S&D.
them though as well, I think.
Yeah,
Like
I
Alex,
think.
Brad.
Alex was an AR like before he fucking joined this team. Sean's
Was he
like a
actually?
slow. Yeah, Alex was main AR on fucking wherever team he was on.
Mark, was it what with Mark?
No, come here when we played at the start of the game, and I was copying his class because he was raping me that bad.
He was. I don't even know, mate. We had,
actually fried and it's like getting back in.
mate, we had a weird setup in our GGA purple team, mate. We had like Alex AR on some maps, then SMG, and then we had.
Oh wait, so we're talking about GGA Purple, yeah? Let's talk about the National League tonight.
Okay, let's move. Yeah, we'll get to that at some point, yeah. But let's keep on topic,
Wait,
yeah.
Mark, you got 2-0, didn't you?
Nah, we didn't.
Definitely
get
went 2-0.
We got
Definitely.
we
Mate,
got a
Mark,
one.
you had to have went 2-0, bro.
Nah, we got a one
National
and one.
League, Mark.
We got a 1-1 tonight, actually. Yeah.
Wait, who
It
did you
was
lose to?
It was a good 1-1 for us tonight.
The
wait,
Brick.
that-
Successful night.
nah,
He's coming around the corner, pre-aiming with his little Itra, man. Just
honestly,
like, ah, Marky Bay!
Briggs just has my number, mate. And then you've got Bids90 and Cammy MVP on your forehead, and it's just game over at the end of the day.
I did my predictions. What's everyone else's go?
But yeah,
I'm
got
sorry,
enough topic
mate.
here, Reedy, man.
Unilad, yeah, no, Unilad
Sorry,
will
man.
beat them. Like they're gonna, I think they're gonna, like you
If
said,
it- yeah,
they're going into
but-
the series. The American teams will be like, yeah, they've got no scraps now as well. Not going to be nowhere near as good. When Thanos is close, and I think the team's better with Thanos than it is with Matty.
Underrated United as well. I think
I
they've
don't-
got.
But they were in their
They always
honeymoon. I
get
don't
us there,
think.
man. He always gets to. I think Clay told me that he's never not qualified for playoffs, something like that.
Not
in
yet,
an event.
but they
I mean, yeah,
they
but
were in
they
a
shouldn't have
honeymoon
qualified.
They
period.
should not
No,
qualify
but he
last
did it.
time.
He done it though. He done it.
Nah, that's because
Well,
Ake's fucked up, innit?
He done it,
Yeah,
man.
but
He
you
fucked
can
up.
only-
It's all Reedy's
It's,
fault.
it's literally between Uni and United, like however that series goes. Like Jordan said, it just depends on who turned up on the day.
I can't see any of the top 3 teams rise up to LG losing a single series to like any of the other teams.
Oh
That's
yeah.
what I mean, like a team like Mindfreak though could like take a sneaky W off
They've
like
not
Uni
been
or something
playing,
like that.
mate.
What?
I've actually not played.
They've
I
not
didn't
been
think they would
playing.
have.
Yeah, they hadn't been playing like before season 1 as well. But
From
then
what-
after the first week they come
from
in.
what I've been told, they're not even playing their last set of games.
Wait, what?
You talking about here?
No, we can't talk about that. I guess.
Who are we talking about? Put it in the chat.
We're
They're confused.
talking about Mindfreak apparently.
Alright. Oh,
Some-
yeah.
someone
team
has
always
stuff
just get
going on at
better.
home and he doesn't want to play the last set of games or some shit, or the last week of games or whatever.
That team
Oh,
always just gets better when they're playing. If they haven't played, they're just there just to be
Yeah,
there.
they're on the cusp of every single one of them quitting before they come to like the week and then they'll start frying like.
That's what I mean.
Tainted minds are gonna be dog shit. They probably won't win a single series the whole time. Like,
Yeah.
Nice one, nice
And
one,
then-
Josh.
What do you mean, bro? Reedy lost to them.
Shut up. It was a
And
play,
there
it
it
was
is,
a play.
Reedy
No, it was a
leaves the
play.
smoke
It was a calculated play, man.
What, you rather
Like,
play Marky
lose.
B?
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much. That's a good,
Bro,
good,
that cunt,
good
who's the cunt with
strategy,
the sniper?
brother.
Who's the cunt with the sniper on
Yeah,
that
bro,
team?
he is.
Swift,
Oh
Swift.
yeah, remember when
Bro, I don't know, bro. He
Swift.
wasn't missing a sniper, bro. Like, yeah,
Oh,
bro.
yeah, I watched him.
yeah.
He is fucking filthy.
Calculated. 50, I think it is.
50 with a
Oh,
sniper, bro.
jeez.
Holy,
Bro, Cunt
I'm
was
gonna
unreal
tell
with
him
the
straight,
sniper,
if we ever
man.
play them, you're not using a sniper, I'm using a shotgun. It's as simple as that.
So you're taking.
What, and then, yeah, if we beat them, we would have had to play. Who we get? Mind Freak. Alright, we could have beat Mind Freak, I guess. If we lost to Mind Freak somehow, I mean, we lost to Tainted Minds.
You'd
In
have played
GGA
GG
Purple.
Orange.
Orange. Yeah, fuck that, mate. We weren't making the league. So, it was a calculated risk, man. I'd rather take Marky behind these French spastics to fucking.
Good risk, mate. Good risk, because we were.
Poor fucking Mark and
Oh.
Moose, man, with 2 French spastics. Allow it.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I not I agree with the French spastics comment, but we were just dog shit. So if that's actually what you did, then fair play. Yeah, I respect.
That's
the
definitely
decision.
not what he did.
Yeah,
but-
yeah,
It
this
definitely
is-
was
it
not
did
what
that.
we did, but
It
it,
just
was
fell into
calculated
that
still. It
place.
just,
Yeah,
just fell into place.
Yeah, not gonna lie, yeah. In my head, I had worked out like, all right,
Oh, of
we win
course
our,
you had.
I was like, we win our first game, yeah. Regardless if we lose to
Lose
EG,
to
obviously
EG.
we've got a chance to beat EG and then qualify, right? But even if we lose to EG, we're playing Tainted Minds. We're fucking buzzing, lad. That's what I had in my head, yeah. And then I seen Epsilon lose Tainted Minds. I was like, oh, nice, like that's good. But I've beat Dave like once. Oh, that's good. That's good. That is.
Can we talk about your horrible decision anyway, Mark? Going with them.
No.
Nah, it was
That
a
wasn't-
horrible.
Oh wait, hold on.
Bro, look at
Nah,
you,
that
look
was
at
a bad
Hold on. I would
decision.
say like
Right,
99.9% of people told me
Europe.
to.
That was a good decision.
Like, Brad's
I
team
would not be playing
qualified,
that online fucking thing.
and they was not expected to qualify whatsoever, man. Like, fair play to them.
I said
Like-
that was the second last team I would have picked to qualify.
Yeah. Like,
Yeah.
fuck going through that online thing, man. Like, he's not
Yeah.
made the right choice.
Oh
there,
yeah,
right?
no, I didn't want to go through the online thing, but at the end of the day, once we didn't qualify, I would have been way more comfortable in open bracket with my old team, with obviously Alex, Joy, and Yuri Lad. We would have got Moose in our old team, yeah. I would be way more comfortable going in with that squad than what happened afterwards. Obviously, going into the open bracket with Vitality and not doing very well. We actually had a game. We actually had a game where some guy called Brock Lesnar started off 24-2 against us.
Wait, what?
Some guy called Brock, yeah, in open bracket, started off 24-2, and guess what? We got blessed. Some random joined the game, started shooting in the air, and the game got ended. We were down like 104-2 or something, yeah.
Wait, you get this one quite like.
No, I've told everyone about this
yeah,
one.
yeah.
No,
I
no.
did
And guess
not
what?
hear Brock Lesnar had
And
to do
no, his name was Brock. Yeah, it wasn't actually Brock Lesnar. Yeah, because if I was playing against Brock Lesnar, he would just strangle me over the monitors, like. But yeah, some guy called Brock starts off 24-2 against us.
What map, Mark?
Ardennes, we're down like 104-2. We get a fresh restart. Yeah, I'm buzzing. I'm like, yo, I am buzzing. We win the map. I'm like 1-0 up. I'm like, they're demoralised. 6-0, 5-0 in CTF. We're out of the tournament. Good night. We got swiftly dispatched at the tournament.
that's what-
24-2.
Yeah. Bro,
Is that the picture that Reese uploaded against Unit?
bro,
No, that was against
That
that was against me. That was against me as well.
Oh, fucking hell!
No,
Nah,
he
but
went-
like, there's a rule, yeah, you never win the replay. Literally never.
yeah, it's a real, mate.
Brock Lesnar lost absolute fool after that replay.
Nah,
he
it's a
definitely
rule.
started. He definitely started 2-24 at that point.
No,
He was.
No, it wasn't. They weren't as. It was still a close game. I think we won at like 250 to like 190 or something. Yeah, but I was like, yo, they're demoralised now, boys. We've got our best S&D next and our best CTF. Smoked. We just got destroyed. And then I was sitting in Seattle at 10 a.m. out of the tournament. 10 a.m. on Saturday.
Yeah, that was interesting.
Yeah. I mean, Reedy, you've been through the 10 a.m. At the
Oh
start of
yeah,
the year.
man. Jesus Christ, got Josh Georged.
It's
Right on my fucking forehead, man.
Just your dash, weren't it?
Fuck knows, man.
yeah,
This game's very unique and cozy.
yeah. It's the open bracket is a unique environment. I hope you all get to experience it at some point on this game. I mean, obviously, he's guaranteed not to experience it now, but I mean, I wish you could experience it. Like, at least come down and sit down on my station with one of the players hosting and just experience the thrill of getting world starred by some randoms. It's buzzing.
I was tangented off topic a lot.
Yeah, I mean,
We're talking about groups, and then Marky B's talking about getting Brock Lesnar.
I mean, we kind of all went through their predictions, didn't we? I don't think I gave.
Yeah, nah, everyone did. Same all
And
around.
then the last topic was open bracket.
I mean, yeah, exactly.
Oh,
that's
there
what
it fucking
that's
is.
what I had written down.
You're a fucking class host, man. You.
You
Yeah.
literally, see
Now
that
his
shit?
job's on the line.
Yeah.
Yeah. it's just absolute flawless execution, just smoothly right through to the next topic. But I hadn't written this down for what we're gonna do, but we're an hour deep, so let's just do questions from the chat. So if anyone has any questions for people on here, anything in particular, if you want to go in depth with something,
I've
sling it
seen
in the
stuff
chat.
in the chat that I want to fucking bring up, man. A couple people are delusional little turtles in the chat.
Go on.
Right, go
Right,
on.
talk your mind.
Right.
Reedy rants right
I
here.
love
Let's go.
Tom, yeah. No, I love Tom. I think he's a fucking great player.
No,
He's
you
a really good player. No, I actually do really like Tom. Actually like him now. I didn't used to like him as much, but he's actually fucking really cool. Like, you guys all sitting there fucking saying, oh, how is it a fucking upgrade picking up Josh? You're all fucking delusional, man. Like, Josh is one of, like, you wouldn't, like, reason that I don't agree with them dropping Josh, but they have to happen for their team. Exactly. It just had to happen for the team. Like, Josh is one of the fucking best players. If he becomes available, you're stupid if you don't fucking pick him up. And with what that team was going through with Tom, like, they needed a fucking change, and it has to be Tom. Like, you're not getting rid of fucking Jerd.
The thing is, though, yeah,
You're not gonna get rid of Bance. You're not gonna get rid of fucking Dill.
As those people were tweeting me like they dropped Tom specifically to pick me up. Like,
Yeah.
Oh,
no, it
that
was
was
not the
that was
case.
in the
at all.
world
they
for
were
fucking
dropping
ages.
Tom before you got dropped.
Yeah,
Bro, they
like,
was dropping Tom before fucking Birmingham.
yeah, like the
Birmingham was just a
people
fucking
talking like
plaster on the
it was
fucking
literally
wound,
just to
bro.
get me
It's
when
so
it was not the
dumb.
case.
Like, little turtles need to relax
No, but
themselves.
no, especially like everyone thinks dropping someone's due to skill as well.
Nothing to do with.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like us dropping Josh.
Barely
that's-
any changes to do with skill anymore.
Yeah.
The game's not hard.
There's a few changes obviously to do with skill, like, but
I'll probably get dropped because of skill. I'm fucking shit at this game, but it's not the point.
No, it is.
But yeah, like, bro, people need to fucking relax, man. Some of the fucking replies that I saw to that fucking COD World League Twitter saying it was a downgrade and that, man. You're all dumb as fuck.
Rock.
Yeah, I mean, obviously,
head.
that's what I mean. Everyone always criticizes. This is another thing completely, but everyone always criticizes different teams for their team changes, if just going off like stats and other things, right? But the vast majority of players will know what is best for their team. Like, people aren't in there, people aren't in the team environment, people don't know what's going on behind the scenes.
Any professional team, bro.
Oh yeah, professionally, but I'm saying the fans. I'm talking about the people watching at home. Like, a lot of them don't understand. Like, they're just thinking, oh, replace X player with X player, replace like get an upgrade in
he's
terms of
better.
statistics because he's better statistically.
Yeah.
That's not the way it works. There's like so many more variables that come into play. How good a player's communication is, how good a teammate they are. Like,
and everyone seems to forget there's
a
fucking
million
3 different
things.
game modes.
and there's 3 different game modes as well. Yeah,
Everyone's
exactly.
playing hardpoint 1 and dones.
That's what I
Hey,
mean.
Joe
Yeah.
drops like a consistent 0.7, 0.8, like every event. Yeah, but like you don't notice it. Like you don't notice him getting world star because he's not. He's just doing what he needs to do, and then everyone's around him. It's just like you're just working around Joe at that point.
Yeah.
That's where it knows me the most. Is everyone thinks fucking hardpoint's the only game mode?
Yeah,
And
that's
if
actually
Joe's going off as
questionable.
well, if Joe's going off, yeah,
We always said that. You know,
it's
our old
over.
team, if
Our old team.
Joe's-
Yeah.
If Joe's going off, we're not losing the map.
There's just there's
Our
literally
old
no
team, we
way.
barely-
It's literally
our old team,
impossible,
We
yeah.
barely lost a CTF S&D.
I've got a few questions that I wrote down from the chat. A couple funny ones. First one from Havoc Liam. That's the Halo coach, I believe, or the Halo player. Who's got the freshest fade? So everyone, give your little kids a who's got a
Wait,
fade?
what were we doing? Like any pro players?
No, just
Or
who,
just-
and no, in here.
Oh,
In
come on,
here,
man.
there's a few
Come
fades
on.
in here. Like,
I'll go
if
Reedy.
if you got you go Reedy. What have you not got a fade, Reese? I see a little fade creeping in there.
I'll
Go
like
on there,
Reedy's.
go on, go. No, Reese,
I
go
like
on.
Reedy's.
Nah, Reese, go on. Give us a show of your
It's
fade,
fine.
mate.
We vote Reedy's.
Nah, get your headset off, mate. Go on, give us a show.
Regain.
What were you, Trey? What's your haircut saying?
Oh wait.
No, what's your haircut saying, Trey? Yeah.
I mean,
You were
Face
roasted
costume.
earlier. Oh. Who
I
cut-
need more light on that.
Oh,
video.
that's
it's just a fade, mate.
that's disgusting. That is, mate. I'm getting you a little voucher for Tony and Guy for Christmas, mate. You'll
Bro, if
be-
you're going into
he'll
Tony
sort you
and Guy
out.
to get a fade, yeah, you need to fucking reevaluate. Don't
Yeah.
wonder your haircut.
I don't go to Tony and Guy, bro. It's just a joke because it's the most known hairdresser.
That was fucking shit crack. then.
Weekend.
That was
Week-
shit crack.
Oh, where do you go, man?
Where do I go? I go to
Yeah.
a Colombian place, bro. Go on my Twitter right now. Yeah, there's a PlayStation 4
Did you
in
give
there.
him
I
the
was playing
thingy?
Huh?
Did you give
Oh
him the
no,
games?
no, I didn't give him the game.
Right, so like, screw this, yeah. Who's got the best fade? Yeah, obviously everyone's gonna say me. Yeah, so let's just say Marky B. Yeah.
Reese has already said me, man.
I've got Reedy.
Reedy.
Okay.
Yeah,
well,
Reedy,
I look at the fucking chat. Look at the chat. Look at the chat.
Reedy.
Everyone's gassing Reedy.
Reedy.
It's
Not
good
more.
that Reedy has been showing it off all
No, I'm
stream.
not-
though.
Reedy
Yo,
also
when-
paid triple the price to
Hold
everyone
I
on.
else.
did pay triple the price.
Hold on. When did you get your haircut, though, Reedy?
Huh?
When did
When
you
I
get
get
your
my
haircut?
haircut, I went and
Yeah.
got it redone today. I
Well,
got it
there
done a
you
week
go.
ago and
It's
then today.
fresh. It's fresh. Mine's
You
like
al-
a
you also-
mine's
you
like a week
also
and a
paid
half
triple
old.
the
I'm
price.
fucking crying.
Reedy
Mine's
paid
like
Oh,
triple the
you get
price.
your. I paid 30. Oh no, yeah, I paid £30 the first time, and then today I paid 23. Mark, you get your
13
haircut
for a
back here.
haircut. Whoa. Not a chance.
I mean,
Trey, yours
I'm
is
not gonna
shocking.
gas the
Let's not talk.
situation in it, but couple rich Donnies going there in it, so.
Right,
Oh,
go.
yeah.
Next
Mark,
question.
Right, next question. Yeah, next question. Moving on from this. Who will win the UK national circuit?
Not Marky B because he lost to
Briggs.
Briggs tonight because Briggs was like coming around the map, man. He's got his fucking nitro out. So was Marky B. Marky dead. Briggs is so much better than you, man.
I need to
Anyway,
record
that's my
that.
point.
So who you saying?
I'll probably say you. I'll probably say you lined up
I
with
fucking hope you, but
Yeah.
then
Wait,
you,
who
you
did
versus
that?
Tommy's
Wait,
team in the final.
Yeah, nah, I think Vitalia will win it. No offense, Mark.
That's alright, mate. You can say whatever you want, mate.
Tom
That's
like
it.
Tom just loves that kind of stuff where he can just
Yeah.
he's just gonna
Where he
run
just
about
fucking
and just
world stars
yeah.
everyone.
There you go. Look,
Yeah.
there's my Barbie, by the way. I just want to throw that out there, little plug.
I think you lot should win it.
Alright, mate.
Sure.
I
I'll be-
appreciate
I'll be-
He's
I'll
the only
appreciate
proper
it, man.
team.
I'd be
I
disappointed
appreciate
if you
it, man.
don't.
Yeah, I'll be disappointed if I don't as well. But yeah, cheers. Obviously, I'm going to protect myself to win it. And then let's move on to the final question. Should relegation? This is like obviously most
Should
related
relegation
to.
teams be able to change? Is that a
Yeah.
question?
Yeah, that's the
100%.
that's
Yeah.
the question.
Yeah.
Dumbest thing ever.
Wait, what happened?
If you
Should relegation teams who re-qualified for the league be able to change?
Yeah, they should.
I think it's just
It's just a security thing from
The-
CWL.
yeah.
Yeah, it's a security thing. I would have like, because if we qualified, man, I probably would have been fucking dropped.
I think they should
Like,
at least.
Let's
I
be
think,
fucking
I
honest
think they
now.
should be at least at like
a time
trade
period
with
extra.
people in the league.
Yeah,
Like
I guess.
maybe
Yeah,
not
yeah.
maybe not drop people and pick someone
Yeah,
from
I
outside
agree.
the league.
They have to go to a
At
team in the
least
league.
be like getting
Yeah.
traded in the league, so the
'Cause then
people who
the
qualified don't lose
security's
their
there.
spot. Yeah.
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 No, yeah.
I agree. I think that obviously it has to be there for like the exact reason that obviously there could be slightly changes to the rules, but it kind of has to be there because imagine you re-qualify then
Qualify and then just
full
get
squad just, or well, obviously they can't change, like two of the players just get dropped.
Yeah.
You're sitting there absolutely fuming.
So I mean, I think you should be able only to be able to do it if you get traded to another team in the league.
Yeah.
Yeah, no one should get fucked by it.
Yeah.
Like no one should lose like because
You
basically
shouldn't have to
if it-
re-qualify and not get what you deserve.
Yeah. If you're not in the league yet, you're basically out of a job. Like, essentially, that's the
Yeah. No,
Yeah.
yeah. You literally are because you lose
Yeah.
your salary as well. You're not
yeah.
getting
You don't
salary
get a
outside the
salary,
league.
so I don't feel like I don't feel like you should get dropped and then like
That's what Reece said.
Yeah,
That's
but
what it should
job.
have. Is you
Yeah.
can only get traded to another team, like in the league.
That's the thing though. Like you had team. This is obviously like something that Moose went through. Like he literally played a game to re-qualify for the league, like guaranteed re-qualification with Unilad against AG. Beat them 3-0. He's sitting there buzzing like yes, no stress. Guaranteed season 2, and then he gets dropped. He has to go through relegation again, and then doesn't re-qualify. So he sort of went through a bit of a different situation.
But he wasn't a relic. Wait.
Yeah,
how
no.
how did-
He obviously
That's a
re-qualified.
bit different though.
Yeah,
Yeah,
obviously it's a
yeah.
bit different. Like obviously you've got to have a roster change period. But yeah, I
Like
can't,
the teams who don't qualify for playoffs are 9 times out of 10 going to change.
yeah.
yeah.
So.
100%.
I mean, yeah, we probably should have changed.
No, but you couldn't because of relegation.
No, but we
If
should have
you
changed before going to relegation.
Oh right.
Like,
Well,
even
yeah.
if it meant me getting dropped or something like that, I just feel like it should have just happened. I mean, like, now we've switched up the roles, like I said before, it's feeling a bit more fresh in that, but we probably should have like fun side.
Yeah, but who could they get instead of you?
But I
We
have
don't
no
have to go
idea.
into that, but
We don't. Yeah, I don't.
That's,
don't
what,
remember.
that's what I'm saying. But...
There's a lot of good players, man. Zed wasn't on our team. But yeah.
Yeah. What? He's
Yeah.
not. He's not on a team now, is he?
No, he's not. He's not. He's not.
Yeah, he isn't, is he? Nah,
he
he's
isn't.
not.
No,
He's
he's not.
he's-
He's
No,
not.
I
He's a
heard
proper
he's-
lad, though. He is a
I
proper
heard
lad.
I heard he's the new coach for Red Reserve.
Nah,
Yeah.
From what I've heard.
Zach's a proper lad. But
Teach-
anyways,
teach us how to play the
moving on.
game.
Moving on, I feel like
Is that
nothing else to speak about really.
Got a couple
there-
where's Nathan's.
there's-
We don't fucking know where
yeah.
Nathan is.
Yeah, Nathan's still lost.
nobody fucking knows.
He's in the bin, bro.
Nathan's out here, but I appreciate Nathan because he saved my career. So cheers, mate.
Unintentionally.
That is actually a fucking factoid as well.
I wanna hear this question being answered, Jack. But I don't have to answer it. Right? It's from Furbsy. What do you think is the reason for your downfall, Mark? What do you think about that one? And you can be honest.
Mark's
Your
downfall.
downfall.
Yeah,
Losing
what's
Trey.
Wait, when was you up?
Well, like, you know what I mean, like,
And
know
now
what-
it is, the
you know
show's
what
over.
you know what I mean.
Wait,
Like,
Josh, what did you say?
Losing Trey. And Dave, like,
wow,
well,
get his
should
cock
never-
out your mouth,
Dave-
man.
hold
Jesus
on,
no.
Christ.
Dave and Trey, you needed what, like, Dave should have needed Dave to stay. Like, even like,
no,
at the
I
end
mean, I
of this
had
game-
Dave when the
No,
spinal.
yeah, but this game, yeah, like even when like, you didn't qualify for the league, you needed Dave to stay because he's the next best thing outside the league.
Yeah, I know, but yeah, obviously.
Manish Moda Marsh.
Yeah.
I agree. Dave's really good. Yeah, Dave is really good.
Downfall. I think you just overthink COD too
Yeah,
much.
100%.
That would be mine. Personal
Especially now,
critique
like,
of yours.
you're
COD's fucking easy, mate. You just gotta shoot your fucking gun and cut them
Mark,
down.
your main AI, yeah, all you need to do is fucking slay.
So that would be
Cool.
my critique of you. You overthink COD too much.
Fair enough.
I can feel that to a certain extent.
I respect
Picking
the
up
comments.
Gunch. There's nothing wrong with picking up Gunch, but Gunch needed time to get back into it.
Oh,
And
no,
he
that
Hey,
was-
lad, do you know I asked Mark to team at this game?
Right,
Start
okay.
this game.
Picking up
And
Gunch was
he
not.
said he was going to pick me up and then
no,
drop
that's
me
what I'm
for
saying.
Gunch.
Mark, it wasn't a problem, but like he needed a
Should've
lot of
kept
time
him.
to get
He
back
was
into
still,
it.
he was still good. No, he was still good. The issue was with Gunch, was the obviously the first two 2Ks decided a lot, right? And he was on red bar the whole time, so we were just getting world starred in the 2Ks by absolute randoms. Like we lost like against Denz's team in the first 2K, like I don't know, but we were like after that the next two events we were the highest placed EU team from outside of the league teams. We were the highest placed in EU team in both open brackets. Gunch played well, like in the open bracket and whatnot.
You're only one series
it
away
was
from
not.
making the league.
That's what I mean. Yeah, like
You
but
won against whoever it was.
it was
E6
against
or whatever,
Censor's
wasn't it?
team. It was against
E6,
Censor's team.
yeah.
Yeah, and
Pretty
and,
sure it
that,
was E6.
and if anything, that is like the only critique I have of Gunch is that series was the worst I've ever seen him play in his COD history, and that's surely he's had like some people have
Bro,
that
this where's my
series.
scan guys getting banned out your chat, by the way, it's spastic.
Alright, mate. But obviously, like I said, had the worst series of his life. Gunchy was an unreal teammate, unreal player. Just had the worst series ever at the wrong time. If we'd won that series, I would have been in season 1. Do you know what I mean?
Different.
And then a lot of things might have been different throughout the year. Like,
No, it would have 100%.
well, yeah, obviously it would
You're
be a
in
lot
the
different.
circle a lot more. That's the thing as well. And not
Yeah.
betting in the league, you're in the circle. Like whether or not you like it, you're in the circle with changes. And if changes occur, then you're gonna be. There's the chances you're gonna be
Your
involved.
name's there.
And you're only going
Yeah.
to improve as well playing against teams in the league and being in
Yeah.
that like
Yeah,
environment. So, yeah, it's been a bad situation. Like, obviously everything's within your control, and obviously
It's
you
just
can control your own fate. You can play your best. But at the end of the day, I think a lot of things went wrong for us at the start of the year that it spiraled down to obviously not qualifying. We obviously weren't unreal, but I feel like we were still good enough to qualify for the league still. We obviously weren't unreal, but like the first couple of 2Ks and then going into open bracket, first event, you've got bomb threats. We're playing at 1 PM, then playing at 3 AM, being up at 8 AM the next day, like, and then some players aren't performing under those, like, I'm not saying who, but like some players aren't performing under, like, as well under
the
those
2Ks at the
circumstances.
start of the year. Like,
Yeah.
you need to at least get one of them under your belt to have a
Yeah,
decent
like
year.
if we get into pools of the first two events, like, I don't think that things would have been the same in the landscape of European like COD. But at the end of the day, ifs and buts, we only have ourselves to blame because we had multiple opportunities to get a good result and we didn't do that. So yeah, there's me talking about myself a bit.
Cool story, bro.
Cool story, bro. Now I'm sitting here doing podcasts.
Yeah,
and
it's the way forward. Look at
and
that.
losing national circuit games.
Fucking wheeling his way to fucking Colombo.
He's done really well for
He's
himself.
smoking.
He's actually
Yeah,
smoking.
Namos is doing really
Doing
well.
it right, bro.
Yeah, he's done really well for
Yeah.
like, he took the right path, like done really well for himself.
I mean,
He's
I
still
don't
got the
know.
option.
No, I don't know, man.
He's still
he's
got
a
yeah,
class
but
player.
it's like it's a kind of a backup because he's still got the option to go back to playing. Like if he gets the chance, which
Yeah,
there's
right.
a big chance that he will, because he's fucking good. He's good at the game.
Wow. He's in the chat and eSports got his mouth open.
Yeah, Mark.
Yeah.
Trying to get you a
gassed.
job, bro.
Yeah, phew, cheers, mate. Wait, is there any more questions that are looking like decent questions? I'm not seeing anything.
No, I
Which-
don't think
nah,
so. No.
nah, there you go. There you go.
No,
That's I think
fucking
that's I think that's it. I think that's it. That's a wrap for the first EU. I'm not going to call it EU podcast. Let's call it Talking Bollocks because that is
Fucking damn boy it is.
that is basically what's happened for the last. How long have we been live for? An hour and 15 minutes.
I
We've
don't
been
know.
talking a lot
Hour
of
and
shit,
50 minutes
waffling
of
on.
talking bollocks.
Yep, and that's what it's going to be every single week. So make sure you follow the stream if you haven't already. Make sure you subscribe if you want to. Nah, I'm kidding, gas. Just follow the stream. Yeah, I'll be live. I'll be live more. Obviously, just streaming COD, but I'll be doing these shows, doing different. Oh,
Hey, yo,
Nameless,
Wheeler.
Nameless has a question. If it's that important, well, how is running a podcast? I mean. We honestly we have. I'm sure it's the same for you. We have these sort of conversations, like obviously not like it's a bit more PG-13, but we have these sort of conversations like on a daily basis in late night TeamSpeak calls anyway. So it's not anything really different. It's just a bit more structured. But thanks a lot for those who have tuned in. Cheers for you lot coming on. Appreciate it, boys. Obviously, Beastwalk was a bit late because he was mid CTF London Docks, but regardless, cheers for coming on and. Being a part of it. I'll be live next week. I'm not sure if it's going to be like a set time every week or a set day, but just basically whenever stuff goes on. Going to be myself and Tunny talking, bringing in a couple more guests, bringing in a variation of guests, maybe bringing in like management to talk about stuff, just covering a lot of different topics. Does anyone get anything they want to say?
Nah, mate.
Shout out to the
I
fans.
wish you luck with talking bollocks every week over my
Yeah.
unreal gun skill.
Yeah, actually, what Reece said, man, it was a really well done, Mark, for stepping up for EU COD.
Yeah, have you all heard about Twitch Prime, by the way?
Yeah, like
Good
Twitch
shout.
Prime.
Yeah.
That's a
I ain't
bit of a
gonna try
madness
because I
still.
can't do it, but
Twitch Prime.
I was
What you
gonna
do with
try the
Twitch Prime?
Courage and Ninja Team,
You
but it's
can
not happening.
raw subscribe for free once a month.
I
Just
know
done it
it
in the
is.
chat.
No,
There it is.
there it is. Really flown in with the Twitch Prime sub.
Yeah.
And say Trey, you look like you're wanting to go off on a tangent, mate.
I was just you're good, Mark. Well done.
Alright.
Congrats.
Really, anything you want to rant about?
What I want to rant about, this game is really cozy and unique, and I can't wait to play it in a couple of days at the league.
Alright, we'll end it on that note, on that sarcastic note from Reedy. Thanks a lot, guys, for watching. Goodbye and good night.
Peace.